Good morning, half a day and hecky, and it's time for Cat Detective Albert Wilde Part 2. And as you know, there's no music at the menu, so it's just silence. But anyway, before anyone asks, how are you doing, bam! My second coloring book is wonderful. Because why? Because it comes with pronunciation. So I was like, how can I improve this? So I made it bigger, so it's not just like 10 pages. It's like, I think 75, 90, something. But it's way better. Like, look. Now you know how to say Kingfisher and Chamorro with correct pronunciation. So, huzzah! Made a coloring book. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Let's get back into it. Let's see where it puts us. Because I was like in the middle of a conversation and I was like, can't quit here. And of course, if we're able to wrap this up in a timely manner, then we would continue and do some Ace Attorney. But I figure let's just wrap up one game at a time, you know? Alright, I'll let the wool's out of the washer. Time you give me some clear, clean, organized answers. It's cool. So it starts back from here. Perfect. Wonderful. So we know most of this. We just need the questions. Also, the fact that they called themselves out, they're like, there's no way they would use this same machine. Perfect. Ooh, I see the audio is drastically different, so let me just adjust it a little. I'm trying to make sure it doesn't peak in the... It gets a little bit into the yellow, but that's fine. So I'm just gonna... Alright, was this Mantis's calling card? Or is it one of his nefarious friends? My word, look at you saying things that are actually halfway intelligent and on point for once. Why, thank you. It's definitely skill and not a lucky guess. Just like this was skill and not luck that ended up meeting your half-brother. Ah, right. That. Bye, you have been busy. How is Ed, by the way? Also, there is a Pokemon event happening, so if you see me, I'm just doing battle cards right now. Watch out! Out of his room and at the bar getting drunk. No thanks to his deadbeat sister leaving him in there to rot while she makes off with all the valuables. That's not exactly what happened. I can explain. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank you. I figured out all this info, but have no idea what any of it means, so I need someone to tell me. That's the ally I know and benevolently tolerant. Here, come talk to me while I get things cleaned up a bit. Nice. Door. Does she too have liquor? Oh hey, I recognize this type of cabinet. I've got one just like it in my office. Oh really? How interesting. Yeah, I use the secret compartment to hide my booze. Do you want something to drink while I'm here? No, that's fine. I'm perfectly fine. No drinks, please. Or anything else from the cabinet. Ahem. The collars are in there. The collars are in there. Bread. Oh my God, it looks so good. Oh my God. Oh, that bread is fantastic. 10 out of 10. Would eat. Alright, madam. Tell me what happened. You had really good work on your shoes. Wait. It's an interesting style of chair. Anyway. I suppose you've got questions for me. You could say that. Yeah, start at the beginning. Let's start at the basics. I'm good at them. Well, middling. I want you to tell me how you got tied into this. I heard Mr. G's version, but I want to hear yours. See if it lines up. Also, I could use the refresher that was like 10 minutes ago. Yesterday. Fine, it started about a month ago. I was minding my beeswax when I get a call from Ed, my brother. He was frantic. He begged me to come around and meet him in private. When he got here, explained that he'd found some guy tied up in the cleaning cupboard, that the guy had appeared through the hole in his roof, and that his wife had trapped him. Did you believe any of it? I mean, I kinda wouldn't put it past his wife. Real wolf in sheep's clothing, you know? But the rest seems pretty far-fetched. Especially when we got to his place and the closet was empty. I figured he was pulling the wool over my eyes. What convinced you he was telling the truth? Well, for starters, how terrified he was. My brother can't act to save his life. But mostly what convinced me was reading his wife's journal. It matched her handwriting and his story. That was when I freaked out and told Ed to lock himself in his room. I was worried his wife would do something bad, and I wanted him to be safe. Why not ask him to come stay with you instead? Wouldn't he be much safer here? Have you met my brother and seen how he cleans? My apartment would look worse than it does now. Besides, his wife would have been way more suspicious if he left like that. Yeah, not like she was suspicious that her husband suddenly locked himself in his room for a month with no explanation. That's not suspicious at all. Look, I panicked, okay? At least he was safe while I found a way to get us both out of town. Speaking of safe, what about the collar? Did he give it to you for safekeeping? Yes, he did. He said that the guy in the closet said it was very important and that he begged Ed to keep it safe from his wife and her weird cult brunch group. Ed didn't know what was so important about it, but he felt he owed it to the guy, and I figured I'd humor him and help him out by keeping it safe. Let me guess. You said yes because you knew the gangs were looking for them and paying big money. Wrong, as usual. The gangs hadn't said a word about the collars. This was the first I'd seen or heard of them. It was only later that it became clear how valuable it was. What happened next? I assume you had some sort of plan. I was gonna arrange for both of us to get out of town. Between my sister-in-law and the kooky cult family, I figured Ed wasn't safe here, and neither was I. But holy cud, do you know how much bus tickets out of the city cost? I swear the trolley companies are fleecing us blind. Tell me about it. I tried to go on a trip once, and a return ticket would have cost me both my kidneys. At least, since you were going one way, it'd only be one each. Well, I like my kidneys where they are. Thanks. Besides, that's just the crappy bus. A lady like me has to travel in style. Plus, you know, we need money to set ourselves up and wherever we move to. Girl, tell me about it. I'm trying to get out of Texas. So we couldn't go anywhere until I scored some funds, and on a lounge singer's salary, you get why it took a while. Let me guess, that's where the collar came in. Sort of. Like I told you before, I started hearing chatter in the underbelly about the gangs looking for collars like the one I had. I put two and two together and realized they want mine too. And I did consider just selling it and getting clear. But then I realized they weren't just looking for one, but for as many as they could find. So you got greedy. Sorry, had an idea. Look, selling that collar would have gotten one of us as far as Dougbuttville, middle of Doug. Sorry, dog butt. Like I said, highway robbery. But selling a set of collars would set us both up for life. So yeah, I held on to the one my brother gave me, and I started looking for opportunities to grab a few more if I could. Figured I could collect a few and then sell them all together for big bucks to the highest bidder. Except that Mantis put a little fly in your ointment. Darling, I don't use ointments. This is all natural glow. You lied to me. Should have known your wool was dirty, Elma. You lied to me. Firstly, that isn't a question. Secondly, when? All that stuff I told you about the gangs looking for collars was the honest truth. You didn't tell me that you had a brother. You didn't exactly ask about my family tree, sweetie. You were too busy being smug about pineapple regret. Besides, why would I mention him? It's not like I had any reason to think he was relevant to your investigation. You mean, other than the fact that he found a hole in his apartment like the one in my case meant someone with a collar like the one in my case. Okay, maybe there was some reason to think he might be relevant. My point is, you made it sound like you only heard vague rumors from your contacts. You never mentioned you actually found a collar and learned about what was going on. My point is, my brother was trapped in his apartment by that wolf of a wife and a cult of kidnappers. I wasn't about to put him at risk by sharing more info than I had to, particularly not in the middle of a public bar. Still, I'm not sure if I can trust you. Darn, I'll try to contain my disappointment. You didn't really answer the earlier question properly. Do you have any idea who broke in and did this? My non-existent money's on Mantis and his croc tears. They were the ones who caught me with that collar. I wouldn't be surprised if they suspected I might have another. Not to mention, you know, someone happened to start asking me questions while one of his goons was staking me out. Really? Who was that? I told him to go away before I talked to you. They might be relevant to the case. Oh, you mean me. Oops. But are you sure it was Mantis's gang? Could have been one of the others. Or maybe even a cult that Mrs. G's part of. Other gangs might be possible. Gossip spreads on the seedy part of town. If they heard about me trying to steal from Mantis, maybe they thought I had stolen from them too. As for the cult, maybe? I don't know much about it other than that diary. How would they know that I was involved, or where I live? Right, it's not like your sister-in-law is part of the cult or anything. You know, every now and again you say something smart and I don't like it. Well, I may not know who's behind it, but I at least have a lead on finding the animal who actually broke in and tore up the place. You do? How? Whoever was here got sloppy and left their hat behind. It's definitely not one of my hats, or Ed's, or his wife's. All I have to do is go through the other, couple million animals in town and figure out whose hat it is. Easy, right? Interesting. Mind if I take a look at it? Might be able to identify it. Find a way to track its owner. I really doubt that, but knock yourself out. It's over there in the middle of the mess. So, what started the gangs all hunting for these collars anyway? Let me guess. You wanted cash, so tell them about the one you found and convince them they'll be valuable? Darling, you do well as a fiction writer. Except for, you know, the whole being unable to spell and string sentences together thing. No, I didn't tell a soul about the collar. Trust me, they started talking about those collars perfectly fine without my help. And when did that start? I'd say within about a week or so of when I went to my brother's place. In other words, within a week of the cult removing the closet guy out of your brother's apartment. Think it's connected? I kinda hope not. I don't like the idea of the criminal organizations of this town working for a weird kidnapping cult. Anyway, they only said the collars were incredibly valuable. I haven't got the foggiest why that would be. Oh, I've got my thoughts on why. But they did also say they were only expecting a limited number to show up, and that they would pay a premium to get every single one. So what about this cult your sister-in-law is hanging out with? Do you know anything about them? Not really, no more than my brother did, I suppose. But clearly they're up to no good. Who sticks a guy in a closet for weeks and takes him somewhere else? Well, there was that one time in school when one of the class clowns locked me in the closet for a week. I don't believe it. What? That I was stuck there for a week? No, that you went to school. I totally did. And this guy locked me in the closet. Well, okay, he didn't lock anything. I just didn't know how to open doors, so I sat there for a week. See, that I do believe. But as for this cult, any clues to where they might have taken that guy in the closet? Which part of I don't know anything didn't make sense to you? Probably wherever they're holding their meetings. Wherever that might be. So if I can find their hideout, then I can solve the mystery. Somehow. I guess. I don't know, it's as good as an idea as any others I've had. That's not a ringing endorsement. So you've had one of the collars with you for a while. What do you know about them? Next to nothing, really. Apparently the guy in the closet explained it to Ed, but Ed didn't understand a word of it, and neither did I when he tried to remember it. Apparently they're soaked in... what was it? Precipitation? Particles? Participles? Particles. That's it, some kind of particles. But really, it just looked like a really boring, ordinary collar. So you, never figured out the little trick it can do? What little trick? Oh, nothing, just something that would have probably helped with your money and transportation woes. What? Anyway, I take it the gangs weren't forthcoming either about why they wanted these things? No, only that there was a certain number and that they were looking to collect every single one. So I figured I should get as many as I could. That's why I figured I should get as many as I could. That's why I figured I should get as many as I can. Could get a better... I figure I should get as many as I could get a better price. Can get a better price. Okay, I guess the could works. Ironic. And now you've got no collars at all. First, that's not what irony is. Second, actually, yes I do. Wait, what? Wait, back up. Did you say you still have the collar? Of course, I'm not a lost little lamb, darling. I made sure to hide it where nobody else would ever find it. Where? You're not really understanding the point of a hiding spot, are you? It's to make sure nobody finds what's there. Telling you would defeat the purpose. Well, I'm a nobody, so does that mean I find what's there? I'm not telling you where I hid it. Good luck finding it. Alright, got things to do. Da-da-da-da-da. It's in here. No sign of those collars. Boy, searching is thirsty work. Yeah, I imagine it is. Mind if I get a drink? I could use something strong. Well, as you can see, there isn't any booze in the cabinet, so I can't really offer any. Oh, but I imagine you've got some in the secret compartment, right? What secret compartment? Oh, I have this exact same cabinet in my office, and I keep my booze in the secret compartment. The secret compartment where I keep all the stuff that I don't want anyone to ever find. Anyway, let me grab that drink. Wait, this isn't booze? This is just that collar you were hiding. I thought you already had that figured out and we're just coming up with an excuse to get close and open it up. Yes, that is exactly what I was definitely trying to do. Definitely wasn't trying to find your secret booze stash. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not letting you have that collar. Ed told me to keep it safe, and besides, it's mine, and I earned whatever cash I can sell for it. Nice try, but I need it as part of the investigation. It could crack the case wide open. I don't care about your investigation. I care about my brother, and that money. So I'm not handing over to you. Let me put it this way. Whoever's behind this has already proven they're dangerous enough to absolutely wreck your place looking for whatever collars you have, right? If they think you still have any, then next time, they might try and do worse to you. Maybe wreck your face, or worse, your wool. They wouldn't dare. Between criminal gangs and kidnapping cults, I think you know how they absolutely dare. And you know blood doesn't wash out of wool, but cat fur, totally washable. Everything licks clean off, baby. If I have the collar, I'm the one they'll try and kill. Why didn't you say so? Take it. Not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be harder to convince you than that. What can I say? You sweeten the pot a little. Besides, I can always grab it back off your corpse. I have experience with that. I just don't know how a stupid collar is supposed to help with the investigation. I'm not quite sure either. Though I know one way one collar can be useful. What's that supposed to mean? Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. I just have to figure out how it might help. But I'll keep this one safe in the meantime. Oh, boom. 2 collars. I wonder, could I go to the clock shop and charge the second one? Where's this hat? You said it's in the middle of the mess. There it is.
Elma's right. The thief did leave a hat. Not a particularly stylish one either. I call it the cow pad special. Hang on. I've seen this hat before. I've seen someone wearing it.
Jimmy!
It's on the tip of my tongue. Almost got it. Wait a minute. It can't be.
Just like mustard and M hates mayo. Jimmy! J!
Then J is, it's Jimmy, the thief, the one working with the cult. It's Jimmy. Should have known he was a stool pigeon. Or, well, the opposite, I guess.
Parakeet?
I should tell Elma who did this.
Elma. I suppose you got questions for me? I know. Elma, I recognize the hat. It's Jimmy's. And he's working for the cult. He's J in Mrs. G's diary. Jimmy? Wait, you mean Jimmy at the newsstand? Now that you mention it, he does always wear hats like these. Why, that little creep. I'm gonna show him a bad scene. You're not going to be impressed about my awesome detective work? I think I'm too much in a shock to really wrap my head around it, honestly. Well, how about this? You shouldn't go after Jimmy. We'll loop back to stupid again. This is a familiar territory. What I mean is, he's our best link to the cult. The journal said that they're having another meeting soon. It's guaranteed he'll have to go back and report how this break-in went, right? That's my chance to follow him back to wherever this cult meets, get the drop on them, hopefully save Closet Guy from their clutches, solve the mystery of the collars and cats, and save the day! This doesn't sound as much fun as punching him in the beak. Besides, how are you going to follow him back to this cult lair? Why, with my feline skills of tracking and stealth, surely. Okay, maybe a plan B might be a good idea. Maybe I could convince him to take me with him? How? What are you gonna do? Try and trade my hard-won collar to him so he'll bring you along? Oh, don't be absurd. I wouldn't use that collar to get to him. Oh wait, what if I used a different collar to get to him? I got it. I have a foolproof way to get myself instantly to this cult place once Jimmy gets there. You do? How? I'm not telling. This time I'm gonna be the one with all the secrets. Doesn't that annoy you, now that the shoe's on the other paw? Not particularly, darling. That would involve caring, which I don't. Well, fine then.
Anyway, my plan was perfect. Get my collar on Jimmy somehow. Wait until he's left for the cult meeting, then use it to teleport to his location. Now all I have to do is figure out how to get the collar on him. But how to do it.
Hello? Hello? You there, Al?
Pat him on the back and tape it to him. No. Catapult it onto his neck. No.
He's monologuing again, isn't he? Curd darn it.
Boy, coming up with brilliant plans is hungry work. I'm starving. I could use a sandwich. Wait. That's it.
Elma, can I use your kitchen? I need to make a sandwich. Quick! Quickly. You know, sometimes the way your brain works terrifies me, sweetie. You know what? Fine. Go ahead. Make me a sandwich while you're at it. The kitchen's right through there. Hopefully it won't be too messy. Alright, well, can I make 2 sandwiches? The delicious bread.
If there's one universal truth among animals, it's that everyone wants a sandwich when they're hungry. It's true for me, and that means it's true for everyone. Besides, Mrs. G's diary mentioned making sandwiches for a cult. So there's no way Jimmy's gonna turn down a sandwich, not even one with a secret ingredient. The secret ingredient being my collar. All I have to do is wait for him to take the sandwich with him to the cult meeting and then teleport there and nab them in the act. But first, I have to make the sandwich. It has to be a sandwich tasty enough for Jimmy to take it with him, but not so tasty that he bites into it and gets a beak full of collar. And it's gotta be thick and sloppy enough to hide the collar. So, to start, let's go with
Birdseed loaf, a small wilted cabbage, tons of mustard. He doesn't like mustard, right?
a good sandwich always has tons of mustard. And by good sandwich, I mean sandwich that I like. Of course, Mrs. G's diary did mention that Jimmy disliked mustard, but he's a bad guy, and therefore wrong. So, tons of mustard. Now to add. What self-respecting pigeon is gonna turn down bread and birdseed? In fact, maybe I should put in an extra slice in the middle. You know, bread sandwich. Jimmy's gonna love it. Maybe a few extra slices just to be sure. Next, I'll add...
small wilted cabbage?
Looks like this small wilted cabbage is the only veggie Elma has in her fridge. I guess sheep go through their veggies pretty quick. Cabbage is basically the same as lettuce. Right, totally. I'll just stuff whole leaves of it in. I'll put the whole head of cabbage in, just to be safe. It's small. It'll be fine. Now, next. Okay. Just have to smoosh my collar in the middle of all this bread and cabbage and mustard. I guess this would count as adding collard greens.
Oh my god, that's like the perfect laugh.
Well, I thought it was funny.
I agree, it was quite funny. Your laugh is what made me laugh.
Good job, internal me. All right. Sandwich is all ready to go. Now I just have to get it to Jimmy. There's nothing else I have to do here.
Al, sweetie, have you made an extra sandwich for me yet?
Okay. One thing I have to do. I think there's enough bread and mustard left. I've left enough for Elma's next lunch. I'm sure a wilted cabbage leaf, a half slide of bread, and a dollop of mustard is enough, right?
Here you go, Elma. I suppose you've got questions for me? Here's your sandwich. Here, I made an extra sandwich for you like you asked. This isn't a sandwich, it's 3 slices of bread glued together with mustard. Sounds like a sandwich to me. How old is this lettuce? Wait, is this cabbage? Where did you find all this stuff? Oh, it was all in that handy sandwich making kit on your countertop, the green bag. You realize that was my garbage, right? All my old and out-of-date things, as opposed to all the very nice ingredients in my fridge. Did you even open my fridge? Can't say I did, but it's all good. I'm sure your leftover stuff will make for a great sandwich. I think this cabbage leaf has gained sentience. Alright, I've got my sandwich and my plan to track down the cult. What about you? Will you be okay? Oh, you know me, darling. I'll be fine. This wool of mine washes clean. Maybe you should go check on your brother at the bar. If I don't take this weird, maybe cult, maybe gang down, which probably won't, you two should get somewhere safe. Alright, I'll go join him as soon as I'm done here. We may not have enough money to skip town, but we can at least hole up somewhere in the meantime. And Al, can't believe I'm about to say this, but thanks for your help. You're welcome. So that means I'm not on cleanup duty here, right? Just go, okay? Alright, journal. Jimmy, give collar sandwich to Jimmy. Okay, so I first...
Back to where it all started.
I want to go to the clock.
To the bird who sold me that newspaper that got me onto this case to start with. I should have known. Can't trust anyone in this crazy town.
Swedish, hello! Heck yeah! It's going well. I'm trying to wrap up the mystery of this.
Backstabbing,
How about yourself?
underhanded, criminal lowlifes. I'm the one bringing them all to justice, shining a light on whatever weird, criminal culty ring has got its claws into this city. Just wish, justice and truth paid a bit better.
Okay, so I can't go to the clock shop.
No getting in here. Market's closed and locked off till morning.
All right, Jimmy. I see you're not wearing your hat, so it is you, the thief. Rudy's not here. Perfect. Oh, it's you again. What do you want, cat? Where's Rudy? Where's your boss? I don't see Rudy around. That's because he's not around. Last I heard, he was sleeping off a hangover so bad he could feel it in his antlers. That's weird. Not like he's been off at the bar almost all night drinking. Oh, wait, never mind. You sure he's okay, though? Not, passed out somewhere or tied up and gagged in a closet or something? Look, I don't ask what the boss gets up to in his spare time, okay? I suggest you don't either. Anyway, you didn't answer the question. What do you want? I want you to confess that you're hungry. You've been here for hours. Surely you've got to be peckish. Get it? Because you're a bird, and I can't decide if I hate cats or if I just hate you. Oh, is that any way to talk about someone who's made you a sandwich? I figure you can take it and have it on your break. Wherever that might be happening. You made me a sandwich. Why? Actually, I'm doing it as a favor to a friend of yours, Mrs. G. You are? Yeah, she hired me to investigate her husband, but in the process, I messed up her kitchen. That's the ticket. Life is good. 80 hours? Oh, nice. Oh, well, enjoy your week off. Oh, that sounds so lovely. I'm almost tempted to go work in mines. But then I would just be awful at it, probably. I know I'd be trying to not be at my job anymore, but it's okay. Are we solving it? Possibly. We found out who broke into Elma's apartment, and apparently Jimmy is part of the weird kidnapping cult. It's slowly coming together. So we made him a sandwich, and we put one of the teleporting collars into the sandwich, because we're thinking, okay, he's gonna take the sandwich to the meeting, right, sandwich. And when he's at the meeting, we're then gonna teleport there and be like, huzzah, I found the cult. It's a brilliant plan. So she asked you to make replacement sandwiches. No, sorry, replacement sandwich singular? Actually, it was my idea to make up for messing up the kitchen. But I ran out of time, so here's one sandwich at least. So what kind of sandwich is it anyway? Collard greens, birdseed loaf, mustard. He doesn't like mustard. See this bread? It's birdseed loaf. You like birdseed, right? Sure, but not enough to make a whole sandwich out of it. Wait, is that 3 slices? I knew you'd like it. I sincerely hope you didn't just make a sandwich out of 3 slices of bread. There's something else in there, right? Oh, most definitely. Something you can really sink your beak into. Anyway, I'm sure it'll be a nice meal for later. Like, later during your break. Not now. And maybe not before you get where you're going for your break. Which is home, I'm sure. But could be somewhere else fun, I'm sure. Oh, you also might not want to bite your beak down too hard. Some of the fillings are a bit on the tough side. Ugh, whatever. I'll take the sandwich if it'll shut you up. Oh, great, here you go. All wrapped up in a nice little paper bag ready for you to have later. What are you standing around for? Waiting to watch me eat it? No, just waiting for a nice thank you for my thoughtfulness and willingness to bury the hatchet. Whoa! She's underground? What's that like? Ooh, I wonder if it's like nice and cool. I'm probably gonna ask some dumb questions, but like, do you guys ever like hear stuff? Like you hear the earth moving or like rumbling, or is it just like, it's kind of loud because of all the equipment that's going on? That's pretty nifty. You're gonna be waiting a long time. Now go wait somewhere else. I've got clear up before I head off for my break.
All the pieces are in motion.
Does that mean during your guys' lunch breaks you like meet in the middle?
It's the point of no return. The moment when the facts come to light and the case solves itself. The moment when I'm finally able to figure out what the heck is going on. Sometimes, partly, bits and pieces. If that, Jimmy's got the sandwich with the collar inside it. By now, he'll be on his way to the cult meeting, if he isn't there already. Planning ritual kidnappings and home break-ins is hungry work. Obviously, he'll want to bring a tasty and filling sandwich to their hideout to munch on, meaning I can teleport there via the collar inside. And once I'm there, all I have to do is bring the entire cult to justice, expose their ties to the criminal underworld, save the closet guy, and get justice for that poor dead warehouse kitty. I have no idea how I'll do all that, but I'm sure I'll figure it out as I go along.
Good job. You got anything new for me, Owl? Nope. Alright, goodbye, Owl. Question, can I charge the other collar? No? Just the one? Just the one. Off we go.
All right. Jimmy should be wherever he is, wherever that may be. I've got no clue where this'll teleport me to. I flip this switch, and there might be no coming back.
Am I just gonna appear covered in mustard?
Not without a long, long walk.
Let's not just yet. I'm ready.
Let's go, before Jimmy gets too peckish and starts tearing into that sandwich.
Maybe I'll be up here in the car. What if he puts it in the trash? I swear, I'm in the trash again. Oh. Where?
Whoa. What is this place?
Where did he teleport us? Oh, nice. Well, that's pretty cool.
What is that stuff on the trees? Why are they green all of a sudden?
Oh, I just realized it's not black and white anymore.
And how do I even know what green is? Well, if it's in color, this place has to be important, right? This must be the cult hideout. Seeing as Jimmy definitely would have taken such a nice sandwich all the way to HQ for their little meeting. He definitely wouldn't have thrown the sandwich away out the window of his car like it was garbage. What the heck? How could he toss my pomade sandwich like that?
Wow, you just drive? Oh, that's gotta be so... Like, just from like a human perspective, just to be like, I'm going underground, into the dark, under the earth, where we are doing things, but there's an office there with my name on it. I don't know, it's just cool. It's cool. It's very fascinating. I like it a lot.
I spent minutes slaving away to make that. I'm gonna make him pay. Besides, throwing things out of a moving vehicle, that's litter. I can excuse cult rituals and kidnapping, but litter is where I draw the line.
God, when was the last time I've actually been in a tunnel? I mean to say, last time I was in Europe, there's not too many like tunnels here in the United States.
Better keep this safe. It seems to end up in the garbage otherwise.
I'm not talking about like subways, I'm talking like, you know, tunnels through earth and rock.
Now, to find where Jimmy went, I'd better be careful. This is cult territory after all. The whole forest could be crawling with cultists. Anyone I bump into is likely to be working for the cult. I'd better keep my cat's eye peeled.
That is so interesting that we're in color now. I wonder why. Oh! See the zebra? Is that... Oh no, it's not a zebra. That's Mrs. G and her husband. Oh, well, this is about to get awkward. I have to talk. I have to talk.
I knew it. Cultists. There's no other explanation as to why anyone would be out here. Except for, you know, a All the perfectly good explanations as to why someone might be out here.
So I'm an orange cat. I'm an orange tabby. This makes so much sense now.
But what are the chances they'd have a good explanation?
Open wide, sweetie. I made your favorite grass salad. Oh, I never noticed she had lipstick on. Oh boy. Nom nom nom. I'm so glad you finally decided to come out and get some fresh air. I've been so worried about you. Well, it was one of those things, you know? But I'm here now. Could you pass me more grass salad? What the hell are you doing? Isn't your wife with the cult? Wasn't the whole point of hiding in your room to stay away from her? Well, yes, that's all true, and I was gonna stay away, but, you know, after some time away, I found myself having second thoughts. New perspective, I suppose. What kind of perspective makes it seem like going back to a cultist kidnapper is a good idea? The perspective that if I leave her, I've got to do my own cleaning and stuff. Frankly, I'd rather take my chances with her. Kidnapper cultist! Yes, but at least she knows her way around the cleaning cupboard. Because she trapped a guy in it. Well, yes, and I know I was making a big deal about that, but on the other hand, I don't want to have to make my own bed, so it balances out. Mr. Wilde, my husband came out of his room at last. Isn't it exciting? It sure is something. So should I invoice you for my services, seeing as you hired me to help with that whole thing? No, I hired you to find out why he was in the room, and you never did find that out. He told me himself that he just had bad gas and felt grumpy. He came out of his own too. So it seems, Detective, you didn't really do anything to earn your pay, so I don't see why I should pay you a cent. Son of a...
That was the moment I knew she was pure evil. Kidnapping and joining a dark cult is one thing, but stiffing me on my bill, unforgivable.
So what are you doing out here so late at night, Detective? Oh, practicing my monologue. A quiet night in the woods is the perfect place. Doesn't bother anybody. How about you? What could you possibly be in these woods for, Mrs. G? I figured my poor husband could use some fresh air, no? It's a lovely evening, too. I bet you and us are not the only ones enjoying the night. Oh, I'll bet there are all sorts of folks out here. I'll bet you're eager to meet up with some of them. Why not? I'm not a lone wolf. I like socializing and good company. And you and my husband are, well, your company, I suppose. Right. Well, hope you find some of your friends out here. Who knows, maybe I'll bump into you all. Don't be offended, but I hope not. All right, good day. And alone again he was. Okay, yes, we're definitely going to talk to everybody we see. And I'm running on this dirt road. Hey, that is Aziz. And Sergey. And Elma, maybe? Hold on. You guys are just kind of here.
First one suspicious encounter, then another. That can't be a coincidence, right? Please tell me I'm right. Okay. The previous suspect might have claimed a good reason for being out here, but surely this one will spill the beans.
Stop. This is private property. Private party, cat. You are not allowed. What? Who has a private party in the middle of the woods? We do, you obnoxious mule's butt. I'm hosting a private drinking party as appreciation for my staff's hard work. Figured we wouldn't get interrupted by annoying customers. Clearly I was wrong. Well, I'm a customer, but not annoying, so aren't you lucky? Mind if I stick around a bit? No. Cool, thanks so much. That is not what I... Oh, let him be, Sergey. Besides, what are you gonna do? Stand menacingly in his path? You realize he can go around you here. Oh yeah, so I can. Private party for the bar staff, huh? Gotta say, that seems a little convenient. You kidding? You know how much of a pain in my rump it was to carry all this booze out here? I just meant deciding to have it in these woods, on this night in particular. It's very interesting. So what? If I had it in a different part of the woods on a different day, it'd have been boring? I guess I just don't understand why you come all this way to drink and party. Mostly so you wouldn't show up. But guess that fell through, so... You're sure it's not because of some other private party out here you're catering? Oh, for first, bartenders don't cater. That's food, not drink. And second, if I told you, it wouldn't be much of a private party, would it? Then how am I supposed to know about it? See, this kind of crap is the reason you're my least favorite customer. Cat? Bear? So, can you give me the inside scoop on this whole party in the woods thing? It is party in the woods, and you are not welcome. I mean, I knew that. But that's the same as everywhere, really. Perhaps you should take note and leave things alone. Nah. Elma, what are you doing here? You know, this is where the cult's planning to meet, right? Yeah, I know, but I couldn't turn down the invite to the party. I really, really needed a drink bad. Why do you need a drink so bad? Take your pick. My apartment got completely ransacked. I had to hand the collar I'd been saving for my future over to the dumbest mammal in the universe. Wait, I'm the one who you handed the collar to. And if that weren't bad enough, after all that stuff about the cult and the guy in the closet and everything, my brother went back to his wife. Yeah, I saw him and Mrs. G a little while ago. That was certainly a choice that was made. After all I did to keep him safe from the cult, to try and get us out of town. But no, God forbid he has to learn how to wash his own wool for once. So here I am, getting drunk in the forest on cheap booze with a bunch of bar workers. The cult wants to interrupt our little company retreat, then good luck. This is a private party. You realize I was able to crash this private party in 10 seconds, right? Yes, you're right. If you can make it past Sergey, literally anyone could. Just be careful and keep your eyes peeled. It's not safe out here. We know there are cultists coming together to meet, and almost anyone could be one. So don't trust anyone. Not your boss, not Sergey, not your brother, not even me. Oh, don't worry, sweetheart. I'd never trust you anyway. And alone again he was. Good. We're gonna go back to the trail. I saw this in the distance. Rhino. How do I know a rhino? Oh, it's the husband.
More animals. Since when did animals live in forests like this? Okay. This time it's gotta be a cultist confession, right? What are the chances that a third suspect has a legitimate reason to be out here?
Anniversary? Lily, what are you doing here? Oh, Al, sweetie. Wasn't expecting to see you out here. In the middle of our romantic couple camping weekend. You and Joe are camping? Yes, we thought it might be a nice way to spend some time together. Is there a problem with that? I mean, it's a little inconvenient that you picked the night that a bunch of suspicious folks decided to go hang out in the woods. Or maybe it's very convenient for you both to be out in the woods too. You catch my drift. I mean, it was my day off, so I guess that counts as being convenient. I mean, I suppose so. You, what are you doing out here, Kat? I might ask the same thing of you, Joe. I'm out here spending some quality time camping with my wife. To get her away from the tomcat who keeps chasing her skirts. And look who decided to show up anyway. In the middle of nowhere. Who? Is it a cultist? Huh? No, it's you, you jerk. You keep asking my wife favors and now you show up during our little camping trip. And then you wonder why I'm suspicious. Hey, I'm the one who should be suspicious here. Who would want to go camping with the person they married? No. Gotta be a cover. The only cover around here is the one they're gonna put over your body if you don't clear off and leave my wife alone. But why would they need to... Right. Got it. Leaving. And alone again he was. We're just gonna encounter like the entire cast of characters because I'm game for it. Rudy and Jimmy, you didn't eat my sandwich.
Call me a crazy cat, but I'm beginning to see the tiniest inklings of a pattern here.
No, not here. See anything, Rudy? I'm not looking for you, Jimmy. You lost your hat, you go find it. I mean, I might have dropped it out here when I was, hiking. But I guess there are, other places I could have dropped it. Not my problem. All I know is you better find that hat or it's your job. Whoever heard of a newspaper busker without a jaunty hat? Jimmy. Oh, great. Now the cat's here, too. What do you want? I want you to confess your diabolical crime. That you threw away that lovely sandwich I made for you. How could you? You didn't even take it with you. Oh, please, look, from what I could see, that sandwich was literally just 2 slices of stale bread with some wilted greens. And mustard. I hate mustard. Yes, but it's the thought that... Wait, did you say from what you could see? As in, you didn't even try a bite of it? No comment. Also, how did you know I threw away the sandwich? Matter of fact, how come you're out here in the first place? No comment. Well, hope you don't end up feeling peckish when you get to wherever it is you're going. If you're going anywhere. Anywhere that's away from you, Cat. Rudy, hi. What are you doing out here? Hiking and getting some peace and quiet, that's what. Making sure Jimmy finds his damn hat. Which, gotta say, is kinda cutting into my peace and quiet time. Rudy, trust me on this. Jimmy's not as nice as you think. He's actually kind of sketchy. That's Rich. You're telling a bookie that this guy is sketchy. Like, I'm not up to my antlers in sketch. I'm basically taking sketch classes. But you know what's really sketchy? Guys who don't pay their debts but still have the time to go on nature walks instead of making money. That seems oddly specific. Who are you talking about? Why am I not surprised you forgot that you owe me money? Oh, right. I'm working on it. I've almost solved this case, and once I have, I can pay you back. Somehow. Not quite sure how, but... Cat, stop talking. Just get me my money, or I might have some friends have to pay you a visit. Why is it Jimmy? Why did we switch to Jimmy and not Rudy? Are these friends the sort of friendly neighborhood kneecapping variety, or are they the sort that hides in the woods and practice weird sacrifices? Wouldn't you like to know? And alone again he was. Wait, why did Jimmy butt into that? That's fine. I don't see any other yellow dots. Oh.
What the... Is the entire city out here today? Is it National Take Your Suspicious Butt to Your Local Forest Day? Because if so, I'm sorry I missed it. I thought I had it on my calendar. It's my favorite stat holiday, after all.
So, where did I know you from again? The Speedy Services. Bullpine Velocity Courier. Our speed is our service. Oh, right, the courier. The mail. What are you doing here in the middle of the forest? Wait, let me guess. You have a package. Ticking package. No, a bloody package. Sent to be hand-delivered to your clients. No, your boss is with the cult. Nope, I'm actually off work. Oh, then that's even more suspicious. What reason could you have for being in the middle of nowhere? A brisk jog, of course. Gotta go jogging and hiking and make sure I keep at tip-top speed. And this is a nice place to come get some exercise. My only exercise is doing a few push-ups while I bury my face in a plate of food. No one needs to be out here to get in shape. I call shenanigans. No, that's our rival company, Shenanigans Shipping. We're Vulpine Velocity Courier, remember? Our speed is your service. And alone again he was. Okay, I see who's over there, and I see that. I wonder if there's more people on the hill, or if it was just them. Francis, the flamingo. Plus the crocodiles.
I don't know what's weirder. How crowded the forest is getting. How everyone I know is out here picking berries or whatever. Or how somehow none of them have caved under my keen observation and skilled interrogation and immediately confessed to being a cultist.
What's really interesting is that, like, it's only the head that's an animal. Because, like, looking at their hands, like, that's a human skin, like, model texture. Like, it's not scaly or anything. It works.
I've tried nothing, and I'm all out of ideas.
Alright, boys, come to order. This session of the Crocodile Tears AGM is now in session. Oh, first, any new business? I was wondering about instituting Casual Tuesdays. Mantis, what are you doing here? As if I don't already know. Oh, you again. Do you mind? We're in the middle of our annual general meeting and I don't have time for distractions. I'm here on business. I'll just bet you are. So, is that it? What do you mean? I stole your collar, remember? That collar that I gather you gangs have been trying to collect? Are you gonna try and fight me for it? Steal it from me? Chase me down? Ugh, not in the middle of our AGM. That'd be disruptive. Big. I'll handle you afterwards, wise guy. Okay, how long will that take? Well, we got a lot of admin to cover, so, maybe 2 hours? 1 if we're lucky? Oh, alright, guess I'll start worrying around then. Oh, hey, you again. You told me I had to leave the bar and deal with some trouble the other gangs were stirring up. Yeah, about that. Turns out you were right. You did us a solid, Cat. Oh. Wait, why did the you did us a solid cat be in his color text? Anyway, it's good to know. Always happy to help. Definitely not doing it just to get you out of the bar so I could talk to the sheep you were tailing. So are those other gangs out here in the woods tonight, or is it just you? Just getting a sense of who's working overtime, if you get what I mean. Nah, I don't really get what you mean. But I suppose it's possible they're having their AGMs too. It is that time of year. Oh yeah, I know you, don't I? You're that damn cat that scrapped with our Scarpered with our collar? Uh-oh. And now you like the collar back, I take it? Honestly, it doesn't bother me either way. I still get paid the same. I thought the collars were worth a lot to the right buyer. And you think that money goes to us instead of our boss? Yeah, right. So, don't suppose you can tell me if you're in this forest for nefarious reasons. I mean, I gotta consider an AGM pretty nefarious. I mean, are you up to something illegal, shall we say? Cat, we're gangsters. Everything we do is illegal. I did something illegal just by waking up and having my coffee. Look, just tell me if you're in league with a bunch of dangerous kooks and call it a day. You calling the crocodile tears a bunch of dangerous kooks? I mean, it's accurate, but never mind. Alone again he was. Francis. Oh, I see that dot in the distance.
Oh, 4. You've gotta be kidding me.
Francis, what are you doing here? Working on my interpretive dance moves and trying not to be interrupted by annoying cats who show up in the middle of nowhere. Why are you in the middle of nowhere? Couldn't you do this in a dance studio? I'm connecting to nature. Obviously. What's so weird about that? Well, other than the fact you happen to be out here at the same time as a bunch of cultists bent on nefarious ends. Nothing weird at all. Excuse me, are you accusing me of something? Accusing? No. More like throwing something out there in the vague hope that you'll break down and confess your real reason for being out here. I'm pretty sure that counts as accusing. Either that or... Wait, okay, Scram Cat, I gotta practice. You're just giving me the perfect idea for my next interpretive dance routine. The throw something out there in vague hope you'll break down and confess dance. Glad to help? I would like to see Francis's dance moves. Oh, the bridge! It scooted! Or did I end up on the other side? Wait, huh? Well, we can't go back, so... Somebody over there. Somebody over there. Oh my goodness. Who's over here? Duck? Book people? Yeah, the book people.
Gee, let me guess. This bunch also has an incredibly convenient excuse for being out here.
Alright, everyone, thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to our first Back to Nature book club meeting. Of mice and more mice. Visitor, pull up a seat. Hello again. Would you like to join us for our book club? No, I'd like to know the real reason why you're all out here. Well, we find that there's nothing quite like reading books out of doors. Out of doors? In the middle of nature? Reading books outdoors. They're supposed to be of. Fresh air, lovely ambiance, getting bitten by mosquitoes. Yeah, I don't know. What's your real secret agenda for being out here? I mean, I suppose if we finish the book early, my real secret agenda might have room for kicking off our reading of Snakes and Sensibility. Oh, are you here to join our first Back to Nature book club? Isn't it a marvelous idea? Not really. Sounds like the sort of weird cover story a bunch of cultists would come up with. Oh, that's actually the next book we're reading, I think. Lord of the Butterflies. I can't wait. Don't tell anyone, but I haven't actually read the book we're talking about today. Ha, I knew it. A confession of guilt. What's your real reason for coming then, if not to take part in this so-called book club? I just asked my husband what it was about so I could answer questions and sound smart. Why else would you come to a book club? There. Alone again, Amos. Hit J real quick. Alright, we're looking for the cultist lair, which they said it was a mansion. I know there was a yellow dot somewhere over here. And this is where we came from. Okay, there's the bridge, which apparently we can't get to, but there's a yellow dot over there. Make our way there. Dot, I see. Deb!
Please, let this be the last time I bump into anyone suspicious that I know.
Ow, didn't expect to run into you out here. Likewise, what are you doing out here? Truffle hunting, it's something the kids and I do together. Get us out in the great outdoors and gives us a chance to all bond as a family, you know? Actually, I don't know. In fact, I find it very interesting that you've never mentioned this little hobby before today. The day where certain parties are looking for excuses to be in this neck of the woods. Certain parties? Where? My kids love parties. Also, I'm sure I would have told you about this little tradition of ours anytime you asked about what me and the kids have been up to. Ugh, I don't think I have ever asked about that. So, yeah. And alone again he was. Hello, dots. Hello, dots. Alright, I see the fence. And I see something over there. Wait. Wait. Hold on. Hold on. I know this forest. This is from another indie horror game we played. We were getting like chased by a creature and we had to like run and avoid them. Yeah, that bridge and waterfall. That's like the same asset. Oh my god, amazing. Amazing. I was like, wait a minute, this looks just like that forest.
Oh, come on.
Now the police are here. Alright everyone, thanks for coming to the annual police department picnic. Thanks to Betty for putting this all together. Oh yes, definite good use of my time as opposed to actually solving crime. So, if you pass by her desk, give her a polite nod in recognition of her service. This picnic is about celebrating the very hard work our department does. We're supposed to be working, and that's why today is all about us, the police. Not party crashers who think they can do our job better than we can and think they can just sneak up and eavesdrop. He's talking about you, Al. Oh, right. Chief, what are you doing in this forest? Which party of department picnic that you're not invited to did you not pick up on? Sir, I think I've got a lead that'll crack this whole dead cat case wide open. Are you still on about that? The case is closed, Wilde. No case, no reward, no nothing. And no reason for you to be skulking around. Certainly not on the day where we're enjoying ourselves in the woods completely innocently without a suspicious possibility in the world. Well, see, now that's sus as hell. Psst, Betty, what are you doing all... What are you all doing here? Do you need those furry ears of yours cleaned? Department picnic, like I said. Now is not a good time. I don't have time to explain, but these woods are swarming with insane cultists. So far, I've only seen you. So that covers the insane part. Betty, for once in my 9 lives, I'm being serious. Something's going on in this forest to do with whoever is behind that cat case. Well then, guess it's a good thing the chief insisted we have our picnic today in these woods. Why, because there's even more cover for cultists being out here now? No, because it means I'm around to keep an ear out. And it sounds like you need all the help you can get. Thanks. Really. I mean it. Ugh, this is too close to being a moment. Go on, keep looking around. Oh, you're the cat who was getting their furniture twist about the scene at the warehouse. You mean the scene where a cat that looked exactly like me except for the size, shape, and swanky outfit ended up dead? Yeah, that scene. Don't know why you were so bothered, frankly. Been looking forward to this picnic. I could use some fun social downtime after working so hard. Oh yes, I saw how hard you worked at the archive. So hard. Look, I was awake and capable of conversation. I consider that a pretty damn productive day myself. Besides, it's hard work having the memory of an elephant. It takes a lot of mental diligence to never forget. I guess that makes sense. Also, who are you again? Irving McLean. I'm assuming that building is where I'm supposed to be heading towards. If not, then this fence. Yeah, this is the exact same bridge. Yeah, this is... Somebody edit them side by side.
Looks like a cabin. Exactly the kind of remote secret location a cult needs for all its dark rituals. Who knows what sort of diabolical scene I'll be walking in on.
See other dots, so...
Okay, significantly less diabolical than I expected. But hang on. What is a cabin this nice doing out here? I thought the whole point of a cabin was to go back to nature, not whatever this is. Either someone's missed the point, possibly me, Or something's up with this place. I'd better look around. Whoa. These wall lamps are really shoddily made. They just fold over the second you touch them. Either that, or they're hidden levers. But what are the chances a secret cult would be into that sort of thing, right? I wonder if there are any others.
Let's take a gander. Oh, there's a timer. Can't see it. It's behind my face icon. Did 45 seconds.
Open sesame.
Alright, do we feel like we chatted to everyone we could? I'm gonna take one look around, just a little gander. Oh, it's not letting me go down. Hold on. I want to take one look past this fence. Make sure there's nobody else. I mean, I don't see any other yellow dots, but it doesn't hurt to check, right? It is a pretty big forest from what I remember. Right, that's fenced off. Okay, good. Okay, good. Good luck with the sign. Alright, back we go. This is a cute cabin. Like, minus the secret cult lair, this be a cozy place to hang out.
Wait. Open sesame? Sesame. Would you please open? Oof. No way I'll make it from the switch to the other side of the door. Not without getting squished. Maybe I could brace the door open with something. I don't know. Eesh. This cult sure doesn't go much for convenience, does it?
Okay. Oh.
Ah, perfect. That should be sturdy enough to wedge the door open.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that one last, right? And then put wood.
Woo. Hope that'll hold. Guess it just needs to for another few seconds.
Go, 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 go. Caves. Do we think it's just everybody?
Oh, hey. That's handy. A map of the evil kidnapping cult's lair.
Elephant, bird, cat. Cemeteries, lair, cat, lab. Okay, so I think I'm the X. This seems important. What was it? Left, right, right, left. We might have to come back to that. Actually, I better sneaky do this real quick. So, cat is what? Left, right, right.
See, there it is. Layer in big letters. Even have it underlined. How thoughtful. I guess that must be where the cultists gather. Let's not be there for the moment. What else is there? Oh, hey, it looks like we're close to all the animal cemeteries in the area. That's not creepy in the slightest. The elephant graveyard is near here. Huh. Hope they've got big holes and big shovels to dig 'em. Budgie burial grounds. For all the budgies and birds of a feather. I was there once. Mistook it for an all-you-can-eat buffet. And, of course, kitty for the dead. I'll be there one day. Not today, I hope. It seems this tunnel system links up with all the cemeteries around here, with different ways to get to each. I'm sure that's not in any way, shape, or form going to be important information to remember.
See? Left, right, left, right. And elephant is left, No. Oh. Right, right. Left, right, left, left.
Maybe I should explore for myself a little. Worst case, I can always check the map if I forget anything in 2 minutes or so.
I wanted to get to the lab, and it looks like if I go right, it's gonna be something. Oh, it's a dead end. Okay, hold on, hold on. Right, because the little X is me. Oh, so I went here. Okay, so this is the lab. Oh, wow.
Whoa. What is this place? What is all this stuff? Whatever it is, it's stuff I don't know anything about. Maybe I should go find something I do know about.
At least we know where it is. This looks like the stuff in the clock room or clock store. I'm wondering if the scientist guy, they made him make another one. Okay, if I go all the way straight, there's a C. Okay, let's go straight.
Oh, they got a cell down here too.
Human!
Cozy. Everything a cult HQ needs for nefarious shenanigans.
Oh, look at that cat yawn. Hello, who is there? You first. Who's there? Albert? How do you know my name? God, you've grown, Albert. And started walking around on 2 paws. And wearing clothes. And talking. Wait, you're not my Albert, are you? You're the Albert of this universe. Of course it makes sense. Actually, no, nothing is making sense right now. So let's start with something I can make sense of. Who are you? My name is Orange. That name. I'm a physicist specializing in quantum theory. And these are my cats, Niels, Verna, and Max. Wait, that's not possible. You're on some sort of lecture trip abroad, I think. Also, I'm fairly certain you're not weirdly pink and furless. That must be my counterpart from this universe, I imagine. If there are multiple Alberts, it stands to reason there are multiple... Yeah. Wait, that's right. That was the name Mr. G mentioned. You were the one trapped in the closet, weren't you? Yes, that was me. His wife trapped me in there after I arrived in your world. Mr. G found me and went for help, but his wife returned before he did. She and her cultist friends brought me here, and I've been stuck here ever since, save for when they forced me to work in the lab. Lab? Our world? Hang on, what are you talking about? I'm not from your world. It's complicated to explain. I tried to tell Mr. G, but I don't think he quite understood. Well, if he didn't understand it, then I'm in deep cut paths. Just try explaining it like I'm 5 years old because, well, I am 5 years old. Let's start with... What do you mean by our world? Or your world? Whatever. You see, in quantum theory, there is the idea of the multiverse. Multiple universes all existing simultaneously parallel to each other. At every event point, a diversion can occur, creating a new universe. The multiverse is a quantum superposition with infinitely increasing divergent quantum worlds. I was with you all the way up to, you see. Right, well, the simple version is that there are infinite worlds and dimensions out there, each springing out of a different choice or outcome. Let us say you chose to have butter on your toast for breakfast this morning instead of jam. That means that, parallel to this world, there's a world where instead of you chose jam, and the rest of the day played out accordingly. Joke's on you, I had both butter and jam on my toast this morning. The point is that for every potential outcome in all of history, there is a world for it. And then worlds for outcomes within outcomes, diverging further and further. And that cat is just sleepy. Look at him, constantly on, just meow, meow. Maybe this is him like slowly singing or something. Thus, some worlds would be identical to the one you know, while others would be very different. To the point where some have animals that don't speak or wear clothes or stand like humans. What kind of world is that? What are humans? My point exactly. Your world doesn't have them due to some earlier difference in history. And yet, I am one myself. Both worlds have... Yeah, and it seems Alberts. but they are very different animals. Literally, in some cases. Anyway, anything else I can explain? The lab. You said the cult had you working in the lab? What does that mean? When I first arrived, I told that she-wolf what had happened and where I came from. I thought she could help, but instead she told her cult and they got an idea. They thought they could use me and my work to achieve their own evil ends. So they locked me in here and made me work on their little project. And how has that been going? Bad. For them. None of them knew anything about quantum physics and engineering, so they just threw me in there and threatened me to work. At first I refused. What was my life to stopping them, anyway? But then they brought Niels and Max, and I couldn't put them at risk. The weird-looking cats? They threatened them? Yes, unless I designed something that helped them. But even then, they didn't know what I was doing, so I was able to work on something to help me escape. But more, fool me. Then they tired my delays and excuses and locked me up for good. And worse, I realized that I was just their backup plan. Backup for what? A rainy day? No, for finding all my cats and collecting their collars too. My God. The collars! Tell me, are they safe? I know the cult recovered 3 off these kitties here, but what of mine and my Alberts? Real quick, how'd you get how did you get in this cell anyway? Or scratch that, how did you get in Mrs. G's closet to start with? Well, I was conducting some experiments involving atomic disruption and translocation involving wave functions of... second thought, considering no one else seemed to understand what I was testing, I'll try and keep it basic. Suffice to say, I was working on an experimental machine that required a test subject. And considering I already done some major thought experiments with cats, I figured it was only fitting to use one again. Did the cat agree? In our world, cats barely agree to anything. But Albert, my Albert, eventually got in the box and I activated the machine. But when I opened the box, Albert was gone, along with his collar. I had no idea where he'd gone or what happened to him. So you stopped the experiment in tracks so you could find my counterpart, right? No. In science, you must be repeated experiments to ensure the results are accurate. So I did it again with Max, Werner, and Niels. By the time I realized what had happened, that their collars had supercharged the machine to cause multiversal teleportation, all of them had vanished, and I was very worried. So I attempted to follow them. You got in the multi-vagal teleprompter box. Yes, along with the collar to ensure the same traversal would occur. And it did, albeit with some complications. One such complication was appearing in a certain apartment along with a large implosion that took out the wall. So the holes that kept coming up from where you and your cats teleporting in? That's right. And in my case, it certainly caught the attention of the animal living there, Mrs. G. She acted concerned, asked me what I was doing there, and after I told her everything, offered me some rather potent tea that put me to sleep. It sounds like you know the rest. Don't worry, the collars are safe. Well, 2 of them are. Thank goodness. I'm glad my friend Mr. G was able to take them somewhere safe. Yeah, I've got both of them on me in my pocket. You what? You stupid cat, why would you bring them here? Don't you know they're what the cult is looking for? I don't understand why they're so important, other than, you know, the whole I can teleport places thing. The experiment that sent the cats here supercharged their collars with... Wait, do you want simple or accurate? Oh, simple, 100% of the time. Well, the collars got charged with energy when they were transported to this world. Thus, the power to be in 2 places at once, like a teleporter, as you apparently found. If all 5 were in the same place, they would have enough combined energy to do that for places between worlds, or to rip open the space-time fabric between them. Still not simple enough. Is that good or bad? Oh, very bad. It's one thing for a human or a cat to come from one world to another, but an entire universe? Even I couldn't guess at what might happen. One world crowding out another, both worlds being merged by force, both worlds blinking out of existence. Okay, yeah, that last one seems like something that should be avoided for sure. Indeed, which is why I gave my collar to Mr. G to keep it away from the cult, not bring it straight to them. So what's the deal with these cats? For starters, they look, different, small, naked. That's natural for our world. In our world, cats are small and adorable pets that live around humans as companions. What? Impossible. Surely with our intellect and manipulative skills, we'd be running the show and forcing other species to do our bidding. Well, you're not entirely wrong there. Well, good. The very idea of us being pets. We'd never have masters. We'd have staff. At any rate, these 3, well, 4 with my Albert, have been a big help in my work. Keeping me company in the lab and so on. That was how I got the idea to turn my new machine on them and see how it worked. Never thought it would react with their collars and send them here. Okay, ignoring the shrieking, hissing, clawing ethics of the whole situation. Wait, you teleported them here ahead of you? Then why did you arrive a month before they started showing up and getting catnapped by the gangs? Time moves differently between universes. What happened first can end up coming last, so it was with my cats and myself. I sent Albert, my Albert, through first, then Werner, Max, Niels, then tried it myself. I arrived first, then Niels, Max, and Werner were found in order, which only leaves the first cat, my Albert. I thought I heard something about him coming through, but they haven't brought him back. Do you know what's happened to him? Oh boy. Oh. So, about your Albert? Do you know what happened to him? Death happened. What happened to him? Death, I guess? Albert is dead? My poor little guy. I had assumed if the others survived, he would have as well. Well, you know what they say about assuming. It's something very rude about donkeys, which isn't nice. So, some of my best friends are donkeys. But what happened to him? How did he end up dead? His body was found at a warehouse downtown. No signs of foul play, or foul play, for that matter, just a big hole in the roof way above him. No one knew who or what he was or what killed him. That was actually how I got involved in the case to begin with, to earn the reward. I mean, get to the bottom of things. Plus, you know, he looked a little like me. The hole was in the roof, you say? I wonder if the fall killed him. He might not have had time to land on his feet. Or maybe that whole thing was just too much strain and trauma for the poor boy. He was getting on in years and didn't have the best heart. Yet you used him for your big weird experiment. Well, that was mostly because he curled up inside the machine and refused to budge when I tried to get started, so I went along with it. I gave up arguing with dear Albert years ago. Sounds like he didn't have the best heart or the best brain. No, that was my Albert for you. Fluffy, lovable, charming, profoundly stupid. Why are you smirking wistfully at me like that? Oh, I'm just musing on the fates that led my Albert to his death, but brought another Albert here to help. Let's just hope you're a little smarter than the Albert from my world. So what is the cult's goal, at any rate? They must think you have helped them somehow. What is the goal of any cult? Either fantasticism or fantasy, specifically fulfilling their own fantasies and desires, and they brought you here to do that? Did they arrange the whole thing with you and the cats teleporting here? No, I do not think they're that smart. My arriving here was an accident. All they did was jump on the chance to capitalize on it once they realized I could help them. But help them do what? What do they want? They would not tell me, other than claiming that reaching other worlds would help them become everything they were supposed to be. Could they not have just joined the army or something? At any rate, that's why they've been collecting all the collars. Bringing them together should allow them to rip apart the fabric of reality and reach other worlds. But in the meantime, they had me working on a little backup project that might get them there as well. Little did they know it might get me out of here. Okay, never mind all this deep theological physics mumbo jumbo. How do I get you out? The cultists keep the key on them at all times. Oh goody, I get to be a cat burglar. Funny story, as a kid, I thought it was cat bugler, so I pestered my parents for a bugle. Oh, bugler. I have an easier idea. That backup project they made me work on. It's actually a little miniature teleporter. Like a small version of my original device. In theory, it could teleport a user to the same spot in another world. Hence why the cult ordered me to work on it. Then why not use it to get away from here? Any world's gotta be better than this one, even if they do have smaller, dumber kitties. Well, one, it's not finished yet. Two, I've been deliberately sabotaging and modifying it for more local teleportation. Say, teleporting me out of my cell. But three, most importantly, it needs to be charged first. And more specifically, charged with quantum particles that vibrate between realities. You mean like the charged particles that are in those collars? Exactly. And since you were stupid enough to bring your collars along, well, it turns out that was a smart move. Hey, being smart in stupid ways is sort of my calling card. Okay, so go into the laboratory. It's very close to the cell, just out in the tunnel. Once you're there, look for the mini teleporter and bring it here. So, what does this mini teleporter look like? Oh, you won't be able to miss it. You'd have to be an idiot to mistake anything else for it. That sounds totally promising and not foreshadowing in any way, shape, or form. Hurry, the cultists might discover us at any moment. I'll be waiting here. Everything depends on you, my second Albert. And I think you'll find I'm Prime Albert, the one and only original. And I'm about to go prove it. Meow. Meow. Right. I'm running to the lab. You'll never take me. Okay, we got a box.
A big metal box. Wait, didn't Schrodinger say something about his experiments and research involve cats and boxes or something? Well, this is a box, and boxes make for great teleporters for reasons. Ingenious, really. Yeah, this has gotta be it. Nothing else it could be, right? I bet Schrodinger's gonna be impressed.
Back to the cell. Oh no. It's gonna be like, what? Good news! I was able to find your teleporter. Thank goodness. Here, bring it close so I can see it. Here it is. You were clever to disguise it as... I know you like boxes and putting cats in them to make them disappear or something. Hey, I don't judge. But I figured this had to be it. 999. That was how I got the cats here in the first place, not how I got them out. Look, I don't know the ins and outs of your weird cat-in-the-box obsession, my guy. You do you. Somewhere, somehow, Albert Einstein is laughing at me. I can feel it. The point is, no, that's not the teleporter I asked you to find. And you know that if you paid any attention. I don't know, I kind of figured it may or may not have been a teleporter, and no one could really know until it was properly observed. Perhaps I was being a little hasty when I said even an idiot could recognize a teleporter. Either that, or you are a very profound idiot. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Which I never really understood, now that I think of it. Aren't those two entirely different numbers? Profound idiot. Got it. Anyway, let's just hope that was a temporary snag. Would you head back in there and find the actual teleporter this time? Okay. It's a banana. I'm assuming it's the watch, but I kind of want to see what he says for the banana, but I don't want to get in trouble with the cult. Unless it is the banana.
A watch, huh? It looks like an ordinary watch to me, but that must be its genius. He said it was a mini teleporter. How much more mini do you get than being on the back of your wrist? That guy is so smart. Okay, that last one was a bust. But this has definitely got to be the teleporter. I'm sure Schrodinger will agree.
He's probably gonna be like, what? Good news. I was able to find your teleporter. I trust you actually collected the right one this time. Oh, absolutely. I recognized the teleporter as soon as I saw this watch. You mentioned it was mini, so I figured it had to be something that went on your wrist, all convenient like a watch. That was some excellent deductive reasoning. Woohoo! Except for the bit where you were totally wrong. This is just an ordinary watch, Dummkopf. Hey, don't blame me. You were the one talking about all the weird stuff like reality and time being weird and bendy and stuff. I figured that totally had to be a hint at watches and clocks. Unless I'm thinking of that one artist who does weird bendy watches and clocks. Dali, right? Salvador Dali? What was his name? Salvador Dali. I can't believe my life rests in the hands or paws of a cat who can't recognize a mini teleporter when it's right in front of him. Oh, like your cats could recognize it. Trust me, you don't want to start comparing your intellect to that of my pet cats. I don't think you'd be flattered by the results. Okay, one more time. Get the mini teleporter and get it right this time. You know, you could just be like, it's this big, it's got this on it. Because all I have left to look at in here is a banana. And I swear, if it's the banana...
Huh. Is this a banana? Why is there a banana in here? Seems kind of out of place, which clearly means it must be the mini teleporter. I bet there's all sorts of strange tech hidden within its mysterious rubbery yellow skin. All right, I got the last two wrong, but this time it's gotta be the one.
Right, third time's the charm, that's our whole thing.
Third time's the charm. Ow. That hurt. Didn't land on my feet that time. Because something was under my feet. What did I trip on? Huh. What's this? Looks like some garbage just lying around. I guess Schrodinger isn't practicing good organization in the lab. Someone should call him on that. I'll bring this along so I can wave it in his face and scold him.
Glad we found it. Good news. I was able to find your teleporter. I can't bear another round of idiocy. Please tell me you actually brought the teleporter this time. Oh, absolutely. By process of elimination, I'm figuring out absolutely positively 75% of the chance that it has to be... I've got to hand it to you. This was an amazing, intelligent move to hide the teleporter in the banana. How did you manage to get past the peel to... What are you talking about? It's a banana, you stupid feline. Yes, but that's the giveaway, isn't it? Why would something as odd and out of place like a banana be in a scientific lab? Only one explanation. That the cultists kept me fed while I worked and that the banana was my lunch? Okay, 2 explanations, I suppose. A lab with barely anything of note and you still failed to find the one vital device. Hey, I tried, okay? I went through almost everything that was there, and now there's barely anything left. I'm down to one last thing to check. That and the garbage I tripped over. Garbage? What do you mean? Oh yeah, this thing I tripped over on my way out. Don't you ever clean or organize your workspace? Or you just litter anything broken or useless on the ground? You stupid, beautiful cat. This is the mini teleporter. You found it. I did? I mean, obviously, I did. But are you sure? It looks kind of dead. It doesn't even turn on. Of course not. That's because it hasn't been charged with quantum particles. It was why I couldn't use it earlier. I was hoping for a chance to charge it with one of the collars the Colt's been keeping. But now that an adorable idiot has brought along his collar like a good little kitty. Hang on, I'm not that type of kitty. And oh wait, you mean your Albert's collar. Sorry, thought you meant something else. Touch his collar to the mini teleporter for a few moments. You should feel a slight tingle. Zap. Ow! My fur is all staticky. Staticky. If it's ready, then hand it over through the wires. Make sure you're ready to run once I'm out. Oh, after charging. Alright, I think it's got enough juice in to get where it's going. Excellent. Pass it through the bars to me and I'll activate it. Niels, Max, Werner, come to me, little ones. We're going to get out of this nasty place and back home to a nice saucer of milk. Actually, Mr. Physics, who apparently doesn't know his biology, most cats are lactose intolerant and... Yeah, cats, you're not supposed to give cats milk. Like, they like it, but it's very upsetting on the tummy. I believe this is worth an abracadabra. Wait, how did you just teleport out of the cell like that? Well, for now at least, the teleporter will take me to the source of its quantum charge. In this case, the collar. I'm sure it's very shocking and confusing to you. Oh, actually not shocking at all. Confusing? Absolutely. But sounds like it's just a small version of the IQ0 machine that teleports me places. Can I take a look at it? I suppose you can if you can. Wait, you've been teleporting yourself? With Albert's collar? But how? It's a long story. Lots of physics involved, which you probably dig, actually, and the machine's a lot bigger than this. More colorful, too. Well, perhaps you can tell me all about your own quantum spatial adventures. Maybe after we escape this benign cult. Right, follow me. I've wedged open the entrance to these tunnels. Once we get through and back in the cabin, we can go get help. After a while. Do we actually get out? Alright, let me slip under first. Wait, why? I'm the one who's been captive for weeks. Surely I deserve to get out of here first. Yeah, but consider my counter-argument. I don't like it here and I want to leave, so I should get to leave. Fine, go ahead then. It's not gonna close on him, is it? Just be careful. That door is being held open by sheer dumb luck at this point. Well, given your presence, I figure we have plenty of that at this point. Hey, wait a minute. Oh no. Babies, look at them. Well, now you're through and safely on the other side. Next up is my cats. Neil, Werner, Max, come to me, my little babies. Oh, look at the baby. Okay, now everyone but me is totally safe. I think it's high time for me to be totally safe as well. Werner, what are you doing? No, don't you do it. Stop scratching at that thing. It's not a toy, young man. Leave it alone. Stop batting at it. Is it in your way? No. It is a rather awkward place, isn't it? Let me just nudge it so it's out of the way. Oh no. Wait! Ah, not exactly my brightest moment. Are you alright? More importantly, are the cats alright? Ah, there's that sense of feline priority. Yes, we're all safe, though Werner's looking like someone smacked his paw for misbehaving. I'll smack more than that if I get out of here. Whatever. There's a way to open the door on your side. Just, flip the switches on the lamp thingies on the walls at once. Explained like a true professional. Hey, you're supposed to be the award-winning brainiac. Fine, simple terms. Flip 4 levers quickly, jam open door quickly. Got it? Well, yes, except for the quickly bit. I'm not a cat like you, and I'm getting on in years. No way I can move that quickly. Oh, are you saying I'm stuck in here? I can go get help? Who should I look for? I kind of trust Betty. Elma's iffy. Mr. G. Lily. You Betty. Just find Officer Betty. She's a dear friend of mine and a cop. And actually vaguely decent one. She'll be able to help you and send backup for me. Oh, I understand. I take it if I don't see her, any other police officers I should find be able to help me? Should is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence. Let's just say very well. But what about you? What can you do to help you get out once I find help? The map on the wall showed that there were a bunch of cemeteries and graveyards out there here. I think the tunnels might link up at them. Tell Betty to bring help and meet me at the cat cemetery. Be waiting at Kitty for the dead cemetery. I'll get there as soon as I can. I just have to memorize the route through the tunnels to reach that exit. Not just the tunnels out. You'll have to go straight through the cultist meeting hall to get there. While the cultists are still meeting. Yeah, I know. That's why I told you to bring help and be there waiting. I'm gonna be coming in hot with a lot of cultists on my very fine tail. Very well. I'll find your friend and make sure they bring plenty of backup. Right, now before you go, I have a foolproof plan that you'll need to tell them exactly so that we... Wait, hello? Are you still there?
Well, crap. He left in a hurry. Sure hope it was because he was worried about me and wanted a rescue party put together quickly. Anyway, I guess I won't be getting out this way anytime soon, which means there's only one way to go.
Alright, Jay. Mini teleporter, guide cultist, and cat cemetery. Okay. Oop, Jay. You're doing good. Okay, me look at the...
I'd better check the map out again if I'm gonna get out of here.
Right, left, right, left, right, right, left. Don't mind me, I'm just putting stuff. Left, right, right, left. Okay. Left, right, right, left. Right, left. Alright, cultist.
Alright, here we go. Into the lion's den.
Is that Joe?
If there are any lions in the cult.
Left, right, right, left. Let's go, Albert. Brethren, we're approaching the dawning of a new age. Everything we've worked for is at hand.
So the chief of police was in on this. That's the least surprising thing I've learned all day, actually.
Hooray, at last we're going to have everything we ever wanted. It's about time. I thought that fool was never going to finish that device of his. Guess we don't need it now. Not now we have all the collars in our possession. Not now? Once we touch them all together, we'll open a rupture for us.
Just like Schrodinger was worried about. But hang on.
Not to be that cultist guy, but what do you mean all the collars? There are 5, and looks like we're still only got 3.
Oh, good. Someone else noticed it too. I was worried I'd screwed up the math.
An understandable error on your part, Brother Joe. Yes, we have these 3, as helpfully provided by my gang's contacts with the criminal underworld.
Ugh, I can barely hear him. He's too small. Maybe if I lean in a little closer.
As for the last 2, we have them now as well, seeing as they're about to be hand-delivered. Oh! Hand-delivered by the world's biggest moron. Left, right, left. Told you that idiot would show up eventually. Well, this is that. I can explain. I'm here to return Jimmy's hat. I found it in the woods while I was hiking for totally legit reasons. I knew you were missing it earlier. Give it up, cat. We all know why you're here. What you were eavesdropping on and what you've got in your pockets. Hey, look, I know there's a lot of questionably grimy lint in these pockets, but please tell me I can thump him if he doesn't shut up. Hell, I'd support you thumping him even if he does. Shutting up now? Or, not shutting up. What do I have to do to not get thumped? Oh, I think thumping will happen pretty definitely. But it might be more satisfying to watch after we've achieved our goal. For now, however, handcuff him and take his collars, then shove him in the cell with him with the scientist until we're finished with the ritual. Wait, you knew I had the remaining collars the whole time? Of course, you nincompoop. I was there in the room when you stole one of them from my vault, remember? Oh yeah. But then, why didn't you try and steal it back from me, like you did with Elma? Because you are what we in the organized crime biz like to call a total moron. Why waste time and energy on you when you were eventually going to end up bumbling into our claws anyway? Yeah, wouldn't have bothered casing Elma's place if I'd known she was going to hand hers over to you too. I don't know what you're talking about. Elma didn't give me anything, not even any info. In fact, I don't even know who Elma is. I literally saw the two of you chatting in the bar earlier today. Chatting about the collars at that. Well, how did you know she even had a collar in the first place? After all, Mantis stopped her from making off with one in the cat in my case. Sure did, which suggests she'd probably been looking for others to make a quick buck. That fluffy hussy. I bet she snuck into my house and stole it from the closet. I always knew she was bad news. Not like my dear sweet Mr. G, who wasn't involved in any of this and doesn't know anything about my little side hobby. Do you want to tell her or should I? You ain't telling her nothing. In 5 minutes it's not gonna matter anyway. Which reminds me, what exactly is your plan anyway? I know it involves collars and multiverses and a bunch of stuff Schrödinger explained and I completely ignored, but I still don't know what you're actually trying to gain out of all this. How is messing with reality gonna help you? Like we're dumb enough to tell ya. Actually, our cult charter specifically states that we must share our grand vision when asked in order to recruit new members. So, I think we're actually legally obligated to tell him. Yes. What? That's ridiculous. Who wrote our charter? Some idiot with no understanding of the law? Didn't you write our charter? Oh, right. Well, I did want more chances to practice my dramatic monologues. And maybe a chance to explain how ripping open the fabric of reality is supposed to make you rich? Yes, I was always a bit unclear about that bit too, but I figured it works out somehow. You've got a limited vision. Wilde, even for a cat. It was never about wealth and money for us. Wait, it wasn't? I always thought we were going to get rich off this. Maybe I should have actually read the charter. Since our founding, we have always known that the true power is beyond society's bounds, its ridiculous trappings. It's in nature. We gotta get back to our roots. Be our natural selves in our natural forms. Living as nature intended. I don't get it. Of course you don't. You're a stupid short cat in a dumb suit. But that's not what you're supposed to be. Any more than I'm supposed to be working a day job and wearing a tie to keep my wife happy. I'm supposed to be 6,000 pounds of muscle, horns, and fury, while you're supposed to be a tiny four-legged furball like the ones that came with the scientist. And now, thanks to him, we can all be what we're supposed to be. Wait, what? You want us to be like the animals in his world, but why? Hey, society stinks. Mostly because it's filled with idiots like you. Not superior animals like us. We deserve better. But we didn't know what was or how to get it. Until the scientist appeared in my living room talking about coming from other realities. I knew this could be the opportunity we've been waiting for, so I captured him and told the others. I'll admit I got a bit hazy on things after that. Not sure how turning into our natural selves is gonna make us all rich, but I'm sure it's part of the plan somehow. Right. But, the point is that we realized that the animals in his world are what our natural forms really are, before we started walking and talking and paying taxes. And thus, we knew what we had to do. Tear open our universe and either rewrite it or leave it entirely for one where we can return to our natural forms and live the way nature intended. Wait, that's your evil plan? That's your nefarious scheme to end all schemes? Ingenious, isn't it? What do you think? Wait, I'm sorry, were you expecting me to have any other answers in mind? What? What's so stupid about it? Well, off the top of my head. You're missing steps? I mean, what's so great about returning to your natural forms? Sure, I guess I can see the appeal for Joe or Mrs. G. Damn right. Can't wait to turn into a giant brick truck of muscle. But the chief would just turn small and fuzzy and helpless, just like me, and Jimmy would probably be stuck pecking through the city trash and pooping on statues. Well. And Mantis, wait, you're already your natural form, aren't you? I failed to see the problem. I'm just saying, this ultimate plan of yours doesn't seem very thought out. Or at all thought out. Or like anything resembling thought went into it. You've got some nerve saying that, Albert. Considering you're dumber than the cats he brought with him. That may be true, but it seems like I'm smarter than all of you. We're not the ones outnumbered and trapped. Joe, Jimmy, grab him and take his collars. Then you can go keep Schrödinger company in our cell. Music to my ears. Give it up, cat. Hold on. Left, right. Left, right. Right, left. Wait, before you lock me up, there's something very important I have to say to... Let's go with Mrs. G. Mrs. G, bad news. I found out why your husband was really hiding in his bedroom. He was getting his ducks in a row. Pardon? I don't think we've had ducks come around our place, and certainly none of them went to see him. I mean divorce ducks. Ducking. Divorce. Ugh, whatever. He's planning to divorce you. What? How could he? After all the cleaning I've done for him. I know, right? And now he cuts you loose to go date another wolf in sheep's clothing? Not if I have anything to say about it. I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll... Save it for later, okay? We've got bigger things to worry about, and this is just distracting everyone. It sure is. Yoink. Looks like you forgot that as a cat, I'm good at 3 things. Being dumb. Being distracting. And being dexterous. You idiots! He snatched the collars! Get him! Prepare to run. Left, right, left, right. Left. Ah, I'm ducking. I'm ducking. Retry, investigate more. Retry. Go, Albert, go. All right, left. Right. Left. Right. You're gonna go right again. And right. And it's gonna be left. And then left. And I should end up at the cat cemetery. Yes! Meow, meow, meow. Ooh, it's black and white again.
Is this? Yes, I made it. The cat cemetery. Just where I thought. Now, let's hope I don't end up in one of these graves ahead of schedule.
Right? It's just like, do I need to... Oh!
Oh boy. You sure caught up quick.
Dang it. Give it up, Wilde. For the very last time, forever in fact, you're under arrest. Funny you say that, Chief. That was gonna be my line to you. Let's go, Betty. You're under arrest for conspiracy, theft, kidnapping, catnapping, cat slaughter, and attempted destruction of reality. What? There's no such law for that last one. I should know, I'm a cop. Actually, reality has certain incidental properties, thus the destruction of reality could be seen as a destruction of property, so... Schrödinger! For once, I'm glad to see someone smarter than I am. You found Betty like I suggested? Obviously, I'm here, aren't I? And as always, I'm thrilled to see you, Officer Betty. Glad to know you were worried about me being catnapped, but... What was that about cat slaughter? I'm perfectly fine, as you can see. That wasn't about you, Dummkopf. That was about my cats. Poor little Albert. Well, these jokers won't be hurting anyone else, cats or no cats. And they won't be ripping apart reality and destroying space and time either. Cough, cough. Thanks to you, Albert. Cough. Don't make a thing of it. But, can't believe I'm saying this. I'm glad you're alright. Well, I think I lost a few of my 9 lives, but I'll be fine. What took you so long anyway? That was my fault. I thought we could use a little more help. I mean, that gets us to reluctant tolerance. You'll have to do better than that if you want actual vague, warm feelings. Elma, what are you doing here? Well, when a strange pink-skinned creature comes running through the woods yelling for help, you start to pay attention. And you definitely do when you realize it's the same guy your brother found. So I figured, well, I'm already involved. May as well see it through. I was lucky to meet both Betty and Elma, but I was not expecting Elma to be related to the sheep who almost rescued me. He came to help too. I'm just glad I was able to actually help you get free this time. Oh, I also came for another reason. Honey, I could forgive your crappy cud pies, your strange sense and decor, your ballet budget, even your habit of trapping interdimensional scientists in your closet. Wait, you can forgive that? But a cult bent on ripping apart reality? Sorry, babe, that's just too far for me. It's official. I want a devoted friend and partner who will weather any storm and also clean the place before going to jail. Okay, sweetie? Okay. See, I'm not the dumbest animal to ever live. Hate to admit it. But yeah, my brother's got you beat. What's going on? Why is my husband being arrested? Oh god, don't make me have to read out the charges again. Lily, Joe was running with a really bad crew. He was trying to unmake reality just so he could feel stronger. As if. You don't believe I ever do something like that, do you, babe? Actually, I 100% do believe it. What? Take him away. I think it's time I enjoy the single life again. Oh, so do you think... Nope. Where is he? Where is that damn bird? I'm gonna kill him. Oh boy. This Shrubdinger guy told me how much grief you've really given me. Not only did your cult screw up the only way this idiot would ever get the money to pay me back. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But now this is gonna be front page news. Everyone's gonna wanna know about it. And I'll have to run the newsstand by myself. And if that weren't bad enough, you lost your jaunty hat. You're so fired. Fine, I was planning to land on your antlers and poop on you as soon as I got my natural form back anyway. But wait, even if Schrödinger found you all, how did you all get here? I drove them here, sweetie. Naturally. I heard the kerfuffle with your friend here looking for help. And when I heard you were in danger, I just had to pitch in to save you. That's really... Oh, wait, let me guess. I still have outstanding bills. Can't pay if you're dead, I say. Besides, I'm a lawyer. And it sounded like this bus would result in a lot of potential new clients who need one. That they will. Perhaps a few of them will make use of your services while we finish booking them. And they rested them delicately. That's the last of them. They'll be going away for the absolute maximum the law allows. So at least a few months. A few months! Betty, everyone, I don't know what to say. Except that I'm awesome. You're welcome. You're true friends. I'm still confused. I don't know, just your true friends seems like the most like about them versus me. I know I'm not always the easiest cat to have around, but when push came to shove, you were all there for me. You really care. Nah, not really. I don't think so. Only 'cause you pay me. I'd really prefer never to see you again after this. Same. Hello, Officer Betty. I'd like to report a murder of my feelings. Never mind the idiot. I've got to get these cultists back to the station. What's next for the rest of you? I have to get back to my universe with my cats and those collars. They have to be destroyed so they can not be used like this again. But returning to my own dimension would require a more powerful machine than the teleporter I devised. I don't know where I might find one. I know where. Wait, you do? Well, wonders never cease. Can you take me there? Absolutely. And by take you there, I mean hitch a ride there because I left my car back in the city. Loading Epo Leaky.
There's something about the drive home after solving a case. You're tired, but triumphant. Drained, but delighted. Exhausted, but...
Are you monologuing? Yes? Well, stop it. We've got no time for it. We're almost at the end, after all. You'll have plenty of time for that later.
The end of what?
Don't mention it. Between you and Albert and that weird cult, I've got enough clients to put 10 more kids through college. Driving you is the least I could do. Speaking of the kids, sorry if the seats are uncomfortable. They left their toys all over, so if you feel something poking into your butt, that's all it is. It's no trouble. I think my little cats have found them and are playing with them. Aw, they are adorable, aren't they? Are all cats in your world that cute? They're way cuter than Albert here. Continuing that theme of speaking of your kids, Deborah, where are they? You took them out to the woods for a little family excursion, right? You didn't leave them there, did you? Oh, that's her. Why is her... This is her saying that. Would that not be Albert? Why did they change the color text? Deborah. So, I hope you two don't mind if I just drop you off at the door and then head back right away. I seem to have forgotten something important. Deborah! You're back. Sure am. And look, I saved Schrödinger and saved the world. Multiple worlds, actually. He did, technically. I'm as surprised as you are, frankly. I'm not. See? Someone believes in me. You actually expected this buffoon to save the multiverse? How? Why? Because he's an Albert, and Albert saved the day. Even the worst of them, it seems. That's me, I should... What? I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Albert. Huh? What do you mean Albert saved the day? Because that's what we do. That's why I'm here. Wait, who are you? Huh? Sorry for the disguise. I was under orders not to reveal myself until the situation was under control. That's why I wasn't very chatty. Didn't want you to recognize in your own voice. You're a mirror, a cat, freaking You're freaking gorgeous. You're freaking gorgeous. I've never seen such a handsome devil in all my life, except when I look in the mirror. Why, thank you. You're quite dashing and comely yourself, if I do say so about myself. Perhaps proper introductions are in order. Like you, my name is Albert Wilde, but I also go by Albert693. Nice to meet you properly, Albert120431. I've never seen such a handsome devil in all my life except when I look in the mirror. That's just the designation number of your reality. I think that was not the line that he was supposed to say. There are countless versions of reality, versions of people, versions of Alberts. We needed to keep them straight. Fascinating. So you're an Albert from another reality. But what are you doing in this one, and why? To save you, Schrödinger 3, and to save this world, your world, and every world. That's why that's what Quifa does. What's a what does? I thought I heard a rude word. No, Quifa. It's short for Quantum Investigation Federation of Alberts. An organization of Alberts from across realities dedicated to protecting those realities. When a reality is in danger, one of our agents, me in this case, uses one of our quantum teleporters to head into the field and deal with the situation. What kind of situation? Oh, all sorts. We track and investigate quantum incursions across the multiverse, from minor incidences to existence-ending catastrophes, and things like the cultist plan. Now I see. Well, I don't see. How do you know about this? Does this happen often? Why all Alberts? What about his Albert? You say you saved our reality and saved Schrödinger, but you're forgetting who you didn't save. A poor little cat called Albert. It pains me to acknowledge that dumb big cat called Albert has a point. Albert 3. I'm sorry we weren't able to save him. His death was a tragic accident, but not something any of us could have prevented. The implosions that occurred when traveling from one world to the other can be dangerous. Organizations teleporters protect against it, but poor Albert only had a collar and a little colleague? And my poor boy. Hey, you still have me. That's quite the downgrade. Anyway, I'm sorry for your loss. He seemed like a very good kitty. And frankly, I would have probably executed Protocol Quarlark for him if he'd survived. So you've got an entire organization dedicated to stopping multi-dimensional threats and stuff, right? How many of those are there? Oh, countless. Why, just a few weeks ago we had no less than 3 reality warpers and 2 potential interdimensional annihilation events. Whoa, I probably could have slept easier not knowing that sort of constant risk of reality ending. That's the nature of the beast, sadly. If there are infinite possibilities in universes, so there are infinite opportunities for things to go wrong. It's not all catastrophe either. Sometimes it's just petty crime, like interdimensional purse snatching. Well, how does that even work? And sometimes innocent people and animals just end up stumbling into the wrong reality, and all we have to do is escort them home. That's always my favorite part of the job. Looking forward to helping Schrödinger home after all the other hard work. You didn't do anything. So this entire organization of heroic, dashing, brilliant investigators, it's all just versions of me. Why? Frankly, I was wondering the same thing. Well, the story of how we were founded is a tale for another time, but as for why we recruit Alberts to the cause, well, such an important cause requires the best of the best, doesn't it? The creme de la creme. The pinnacle of perfection. I like where this is going. I have no idea where it's going, but I like it. Our studies have shown Alberts in the multiverse to be, on average, incredibly intelligent, quick-witted, fit, charismatic, and tenacious investigators. On average, there is the odd universe with an exception. Well, lucky for you, didn't end up in one. Good thing I happen to be all those things, otherwise you'd have been screwed. Speaking of. Okay, I like the whole brave and stoic Albert saves reality shtick, but how did you even know there wasn't any danger in the first place? Our organization has technology to monitor the fabric of quantum space-time for any and all material movement between realities. I have no idea what any of that means. And as you might imagine, one scientist, 5 cats, and 5 collars fully charged with quantum energy was quite a big movement. I believe I'm to blame for that, not this Albert, if you can believe it. Once we realized what had happened, we put a watch on this reality so we could return you and your cats at the earliest opportunity. But then we realized what the cultists planned, so I was sent as part of the Protocol Quarlark to act as an undercover agent. You didn't do anything! You say you came to this universe to help and do stuff and be brilliant Agent Albert, but you didn't really do anything. You mean besides show you how to use the collar and the IQ0 machine? Sure, but you didn't exactly dive into the middle of things, did you? You just sat on your fake feathered butt while I did all the hard work. He raises a good question. If you're trying to save this world in the multiverse, why would you leave it in his paws of all places? Well, normally I'd be in the thick of things, but Protocol Quarlark involves lying low, observing, and keeping interaction to a minimum while evaluating potential recruit. Keeping interaction at a minimum? You barely said 2 words to me after you helped me with the IQ0 machine. Couldn't you have... I'm sorry, wait, did you just say potential recruit?
Oh, yes.
What? Protocol QLOC stands for Quantum Local Albert Recruitment Crisis. Why are you saying this? It's an opportunity for us to see how the local Albert handles a quantum. We're on the wrong Albert with the wrong color for our text. My job was to provide initial quantum support and technology, then serve both as backup and as observation and evaluation on Albert's performance, which I imagine was miserable and embarrassing enough to discount him from your recruitment drive. You have got to be kidding me. Why would you ever recruit this idiot into your ranks? Isn't it obvious? I'm the best. They need variety. They're desperate. They're an elite organization of scientists and agents. They're all going to be the same. You mean smart and competent? That means they don't have a voice like mine on the team. Someone with a fresh perspective who does things differently. They need that. They need the perspective of a moron? Actually, he's not that far off the mark. I think I need to lie down. Look, yes, the Alberts we've recruited so far are intelligent, skillful, and resourceful in a crisis. But sometimes in this job, that's not enough. Sometimes the only thing that can crack a case or save a reality is dumb luck. And that's something we're really lacking, because you can't get that kind of luck by being smart. In fact, being smart cancels it out. No, the only way to get dumb luck, the kind of profoundly dumb luck we need, is to be dumb in the first place. Let me get this straight. You're hiring this idiot because he's an idiot, so that you can call on his dumb luck to save the multiverse. That's about the size of it, yes. Woohoo! I'm feeling attacked, but I work just woohoo! Yeah, and your strange and non-animal face. Who has 2 paws and the best dumb luck ever? You do, as your performance in this case has clearly shown. Though I should point out, you actually have 4 paws. Okay, I think I'm ready to go home now. I don't want to spend another minute in a reality where this fluffy fool is its best hope for survival. Actually, if he joins us, that will be every reality. I've changed my mind. I'm ready to leave reality altogether, thanks. Oh dear, here, Schrödinger 3, I'll score you back to reality. The IQ0 machine is already set up and charged. I've calibrated it to use the charge in the 5 cars to get you and your cats home. After that, it will self-destruct to prevent any other incursions. Wait, so I won't be able to use it to teleport around anymore? You couldn't without the collars anyway. But no, everything will turn to normal once I leave with Schrödinger. So, you'll need to decide before we go. Are you with us, Albert 120431? Can we count on you, well, no, your dumb luck rather, to help us protect the multiverse? Yes? 2 weeks later. Better have said yes.
Just another day in the city. My city. And this city never changes. That's just reality. Well, one reality, at least.
I'm gonna turn on my fan.
This city is rotten to the core. It stinks like a warthog that's been wallowing in some suspicious brown mud left by an elephant. Someone's gotta clean up this city. I guess it's gotta be me. Who else could I trust to keep this city's butt clean and well licked?
Oh, sorry, I tripped over a box. Not sure how that got there. I think you put it there. Oh, yeah, geez, I've only been here less than a day and I'm already getting as stupid as you are. That's the last of your stuff from your desk, huh? I take it you've submitted your resignation? Does 2 middle hooves count as a resignation? More than they deserve, I think. Anyway, welcome to the new gig, partner. I'm already regretting my choices in life. And if I'm your partner, why isn't my name on the door too? Well, see, when I said partner, I was thinking more sidekick, you know, kind of background support to my magnificence. Bite me. Anyway, where's my office? I should put my stuff away. It's through the secret panel in the back where I stashed my litter box. Oh, this has better be worth it, Cat. You promised some cases that make a world of difference. Don't worry, there will be.
This city never changes, except when it does. Shocking twist of logic, I know. I always worked as a lone cat, but lately, I've begun to realize the benefits of working as part of a team. Everything else might have gone back to normal after Schrödinger and the other Albert left, but that's one souvenir I'm gonna hang on to. Well, that and the other souvenir, the name's Albert Wilde. Private Eye. I solve the cases no one else wants, in this reality or the next. I'm not just cleaning up this city, I'm cleaning up every city. Wait, that reminds me, I need a new mop and bucket. I'll have to go shopping later. Betty won't mind if I store it in her office. Anyway, I'm a new breed of kitty. catching the interdimensional rats of crime. I'm not just a PI. I'm Albert Wilde. Quantum PI.
Very nice. Oh, are you monologuing again? Funny enough, I think the original name that they had planned for this game was Quantum PI, Albert Wilde. But then they changed it because like everybody's like, yeah, cat detective, and they're like, yeah, everybody's just calling it cat detective. The end. Very good. So I'm assuming he accepted the gig. That explains the little space thing in his shadow now. Okay, who's the voice for Albert? Because he did a fantastic job. Yeah, see, Cat Detective Albert Wilde, aka Quantum PI. God, good stuff. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a tiny dev team in Greece. There you go. You've got to see the ending of this amazing game. Thank you. I am curious if like choosing different options would like slightly change the ending. I mean, I imagine if I was like, meet me at the elephant cemetery and bring Elma, you know, it might be a little different, but probably the overall theme of everybody showing up would be the same. I just want to know who was the voice actor for Albert, because amazing. Need more games? I'm gonna just see. I know they've made like 1 or 2 other games, but like, are they working? Hold on. Alistair Hamblin as Albert. As Albert's Mew. As the scientist. Alistair Hamblin. Hold on. Alistair Hamblin. I typed in that name and I got Associate Attorney. I mean, maybe? Whoever you are, you did a great job, man. Launch trailer, extra nice, porting to consoles. That's right, they have consoles. I think it's what, on the Switch maybe? I'd have to check. Very nice. Okay, yeah, they have 2 other games. One's out, one is coming out. Well, looks good. Also, I went to IGDB and like updated the cover because it still had the old cover of the Quantum PI, and I was like, here, let me just update it with the new thing. Dedicated David Lynch. Very nice. Very nice. How much time do we have? We got some time. Oh, and there goes the music. Well, there we go. That was Cat Detective Albert Wilde. I'm gonna get you all set up for some Ace Attorney, but give me a moment. Sorry, wrong scene. Hold on, I'm fixing it.